cooldown for level 6 Stand United, just the level 1 rank of the ability, is very long. So you have to be very wise about when you use it. And oftentimes, we really encourage people to use the first one offensively, coordinating ahead of time. So let's see if Fnatic can actually set that up beforehand, because a Jarvan jumping in with a Shen Stand United on his back is so much more threatening than the jungle Jarvan by himself.
Yeah, you even have like Nemesis could go in with the package onto the backline as well. Just team up as much as possible. Team Liquid on the other side, looking to see what Xmithie can do in the early game. How can he impact these lanes? Bot lane and top lane are where our eyes are focused.
All right, the undefeated Fnatic has traveled to North America, and Team Liquid will look to try their hand at taking them down.
Team Liquid have got a little bit of help as well.
They've got an Infinity Stone here, okay? We're pulling out all the stops.
We'll see if it helps them. I'll be honest, I haven't actually watched the latest Avengers movie, so my references aren't going to be as current.
That's okay. I still love you, 3000 Medic.
I'm getting looks from the crowd. I want to see it. I was working MSI. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's jump into Summoner's Rift. Team Liquid versus Fnatic. Sure, it's going to be a barnstormer of a game. Fnatic, the best early game team in the LEC, and Team Liquid, the best early game team in the LCS.
All right, a lot of pings going down for the possible invade here. Keep your eyes open for the Lux bindings. Xmithie goes out first to get the ward down. An immediate sweeper from Nemesis does find value.
So this is actually a really big thing in the LEC. Most teams these days, for level 1, will take a sweeper from somewhere to try and clear out some of this vision, especially for Fnatic, who like to make these level 1 plays.
Yeah, it's definitely the same in North America. Junglers usually are the ones that take the sweeper, sweep it out, let your solo laners get some experience as well, crowd around it for the early level 2 in lane. We'll see if that makes any sort of difference here for the Fnatic side.
Minions have spawned.
I don't think it will for the moment. Dan's starting top side of the jungle. Bwipo here to help him out. Looks like Xmithie's going to do the same. Actually starting on his wolves on the rec side.
I gotta wonder too, because this is Dan's first game on a big stage here. This is an international tournament. I don't know about you, but when the show match was coming up, looking at possible ways to make highlight plays, Jarvan level 2 red buff ganks are definitely possible ways. As you pulled it off after the invade in our
slightly delayed
in our opening match, yeah, a couple speed bumps there. That is a possibility for Dan. So Jarvan starting on red, yes, it'd probably be just a clear of the red side camps, but he can look for the earlier plays. And right now he's transitioning to bottom half of the map. So we're gonna have the red buff down to bottom side here, and we'll continue to track Dan through the early stages. Does get early doubles.
We'll have a look at him as the game does progress, but for now, Riv is standing by with Youngbuck to learn more about Fnatic.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I am joined by Youngbuck. Coming into this game, got to feel good with Europe on a win. But my question to you is, in 2018 Rift Rivals, TL was Fnatic's only loss in the group stage. Youngbuck, what is different this time around?
Well, the first thing that's different is that we're going to win this time. But the real difference, I think, is that our roster change made us play a lot more on bot lane, which we feel is a really big strength. And now we have the Zyra Khan, so we're expecting fireworks from Hilly once again.
All right, we'll have to see Youngbuck. Thank you, and back to you guys.
Oh, Dan's already behind the Team Liquid duo lane. Xmithie's kind of close, but they might have to flash.
Doublelift dodges away the heal used. Hylissang jumping in as well. Ignite has been popped. Doublelift going low, but manages to survive. Xmithie here gets the knock up, turns it around. Grand entrance from Hylissang. Xmithie has to flash away, but first blood goes down to Team Liquid. With the might of Captain America, they strike first in this game.
Oh my goodness, just on the edge of your seat in that one. Doublelift baits it in. You could tell, like, oh, maybe he'll have to flash. No, he's holding it for quite a long time. Xmithie was on the Krugs, heads on over, and is able to get the counter kill. Let's take another look at it. Doublelift with the sidestep, also spell shield. Ignite on him. He holds. He spell shields later and blocks it, actually. Xmithie goes in, gets most of the damage, and Core JJ's allowed to flash forward for the double buff secure.
That was actually god tier from Double Lift, though. He spell shields the Blade Caller, was holding it so Hylissang couldn't jump in with the knockup. That was next level. We said the AD carriers were the guys to watch. Well, Double Lift is coming out strong in this game. Hylissang and CoreJJ trading in the river. We've talked about how Hylissang likes to roam around. CoreJJ doing exactly that as well.
All right, Scuttle Crab under attack, but it's really just a leash here from Whippo as Xmithie has roamed over on the Rek'Sai. After you get the early kill onto the enemy Jarvan, you should have priority. From personal experience, it works out pretty well.
Thank you for reminding me. Let's talk about some of these lane matchups, though. You know, Shen.
Oh,
Dan, Blade Caller used.
Dan's been pretty sneaky.
Knockup's gonna land. He doesn't get onto CoreJJ, and Double Lift still has his flash to get away. Tripping over my words just a little bit as Dan's second gank of the game trips up as well. Unable to find a connection. The root lands on to Double Lift. Still has his flash, though, and can just escape if Hylissang is going to go any more aggressive.
Yeah, Dan's been very sneaky about getting into some bottom lane positions here. But once again, the Team Liquid duo, All-Stars, CoreJJ, and Double Lift, have been able to outplay thus far. Right now, Double Lift is so low, though.
Oh, Blade Caller root goes in, Double Lift. Oh, he manages to flash away the prismatic barrier. Double Lift escapes, Reckless almost falls. Hylissang acting as a bodyguard here, trying to protect his AD carry. Gets the heal out, and CoreJJ might be in trouble. Fnatic turn it around. This bot lane is electrifying. The boomerang from Double Lift does not quite connect, and Fnatic come out on top.
Oh, it is Reckless and Hylissang that get the last laugh this time around. What an exciting bottom lane matchup. We were looking at Double Lift matching up against Reckless, and it has not disappointed.
Xmithie's here.
He's on a ward.
Get out. He's got the E. Okay, he jumps all the way out. Heart in my chest there for a moment. Heart in my mouth, in fact. The heart does usually stay in your chest, so that's not too much of a surprise. Reckless backing away here. Xmithie doesn't have flash, but can just land the Prey Seeker. And the action calms for a
He's gonna
second.
Prey Seeker again. But with Zyricon, you have to get both, or else it doesn't matter.
Okay, got them both.
Got them both. That he's continuing to chase down these recalls. Now they're going to sync it up.
Oh!
The shield, it blocks it.
Yep.
If you have to actually register the damage before you can get your recall off. Xmithie's now looking mid, though. Nemesis pushes the wave and backs off in time.
And we
does not overextend.
Haven't really focused on that mid lane. Nemesis has a slight CS lead, about 10 farm ahead. Let's have another look at this play bot lane. Double Lift stayed around for a very long time.
Yeah, so he spell shields the first part of throwing out the feathers there with the Q. Oh my goodness.
Teleport coming in, Dan's here as well. Whippo coming in, doesn't even need to stand united. CoreJJ, only level 3. You're not going to survive that for long. And Fnatic get their second kill on the board.
Yeah, bottom lane focus. I think we were on the nose with that one pre-game because Shen uses teleport down to the bottom side as well. That means Impact, yes, he can push the minions into top tower, but Fnatic, off of the bottom play, will also get the dragon. Team Liquid's hope now is Impact can utilize that money effectively on the Aatrox because he definitely has a significant lead.
There's about 500 gold ahead in that top lane right now. Jensen actually has the push priority in mid, so he's going to come across. Dan and Hylissang trying to defend. They need to keep that dragon aggroed if they want to go for it. Picking up the honey fruit, healing up. Reckless on his way up as well as Xmithie looks for the steal, doesn't have smite. Dragon resets. There's a good little bit of bouncing around here from Team Liquid, keeping Fnatic interested enough in the dragon, but also keeping them off. Nemesis is going to trade on towards Xmithie here as Hylissang tanks up the dragon, but Fnatic won't be able to get the mountain yet.
Yeah, you can see Dan is extremely low health, only level 4 still because of all the bottom lane camping too, so they cannot take any further fights on the bottom half of the map. And Xmithie goes back in, he's going to clear out that control ward while Whippo takes down the Scuttle Crab in round 2.
Hylissang jumping in here onto Double Lift. The Ignite goes down as well. Stand United, they're going for the kill. Flash in from Whippo, Double Lift caught out. Cans TP used here by Impact. Xmithie on his way. Team Liquid want the fray. Down towards the bottom lane. Impact brings down the Darkin Blade. Whippo looking for a second though. Caught with the shield. Not quite enough from Fnatic as Team Liquid come out on top.
It's not a bottom lane party without all the teleports, Medic. And this bottom lane has been action-packed. Jensen goes in for the sweep, but Nemesis jumps it.
What a game we've had so far. 8 minutes in, 6 kills on the board, 700, almost 800 gold lead here for Team Liquid. We talked about the strength of their early games. Xmithie has been in the right place at the right time so often.
All right, so Hylissang continues on the chase. He knows immediately after the spell shield, that the Stand United's coming in and Whippo can help him finish the kill. Impact actually answers this time around though, because he still has his teleport, so he cleans up both kills. And then CoreJJ under turret, but Smithy gets the knockup to buy time for the shield to come out and save his life.
Actually just a game of inches right now. About a 500 gold lead in the top lane for Impact. Bot lane, 700 ahead here for Rekkles. He'll be hitting towards that Essence Reaver very quickly, you have to feel. It's actually a very good bot lane matchup for us to watch because you can kind of compare the 280 carries itemization pretty easily. Essence Reaver, Infinity Edge, so we can kind of see who's ahead at any given moment depending on items.
Exactly, both of them going with similar crit builds, starting with the Essence Reaver. Team Liquid, I have to say, it's been like a skill check on bottom side for the entire game. Definitely a little bit of a tutorial here about dealing with bottom lane pressure. Oftentimes we just hear people complaining, the top laner's teleporting down, they have a shut on the team. Well, you call your team and they've been looking once again.
Cataclysm goes down, Doublelift doesn't have flash. It's almost off cooldown, but not in time. Dan brings down the hammer and takes out Doublelift.
The latest chapter in our bottom lane party here, Medic.
It's a saga. It's just amazing to watch.
Dan continues the camp. He hasn't been able to finish his warrior, but he gets down there for the kill.
And you can see Impact using the advantage he's gained in that top lane to continue to force Whippo underneath his tower. Dragon has been started here by Fnatic. They're looking for it for the second time in this game. 10 minutes in, be a good secure for them, but both teams still very even.
Dan's pretty low, but it looks like they should be able to have a rotation from bottom side to help him deal with it. Can they actually fight down a member? Package is there for Nemesis. I think Fnatic have it.
Nemesis having that flank, having the package makes it so difficult for Smithy and Team Liquid to get in. The Mounted Drake goes down, package used mid by Nemesis just to get back into the lane.
Wait, Smithy tunnels right into the end of the package there. Burns a little bit. Again, back to the top side though. This is Impact. He's been wailing away on this turret. With everybody going bottom, the Aatrox has been the lead for Team Liquid. Level 9 now for him.
I think the question becomes, how did Team Liquid translate that into mid-game? You know, how do you take a fed Aatrox who's got 3 extra plates, who's 800 gold ahead, and actually use that on the rest of your map?
It's all about getting that single reset in the team fight. Right now, Roam top.
Illasang with the roams once again. That's the level 6. We're both looking for the catch. World Ender popped by Impact. Deathbringer starts out there as well. Whippo forced back as Smithy and Jensen join the fight. Whippo trying to stand alive, but he can't stand for long. Dan and Nemesis coming to join this party as well as Team Liquid pick up 2.
They try and go at Impact. They come at the King in the top lane, and he takes them down. The Aatrox finally pays off for Team Liquid as everyone is able to come up and support on the roam. Impact stays alive. Smithy waits over the edge of the wall. As soon as Jensen's there, Team Liquid strike. They take the Rift Herald afterwards and immediately are going to feed that money to Aatrox, to Impact. On top of those extra kills, he will be able to complete the Black Cleaver and make halfway towards the Death's Dance.
He is in such a strong position now, and Team Liquid have funneled all of their gold into him. CoreJJ coming down here towards the bottom lane. Doublelift there as well. Illasang has the 6, doesn't have the quickness, used that in the last fight. And Fnatic are winning the bot side of the map. The top side is well and truly in the North American Team Liquid's favor.
Yeah, Rekkles here has gotten 2 of the last hits for those kills as well. So you can tell by inventory, definitely far more powerful than the Sivir at this point. So Team Liquid's duo lane at the bottom side of the map should have #1 priority as just wave clearing down there and trying to avoid more of the focus from Fnatic. Right now, going for the possible move mid, and they've got it, Smithy!
Smithy looking for the bow, but he's rooted up and knocked up and locked down. Fnatic get their 5th kill of the game, and they translate it into a mid-tier tower, or mid-tier 1 tower.
Really good use of their bottom lane power here from Fnatic. They don't just go for the recall. They send Rekkles and Illasang to use their power, roam up towards mid. Rekkles taking a lot of damage.
Holding the ult, still has the flash as well. Jensen and Impact able to chase him off, but Rekkles has to burn that ultimate to stay alive.
Really good rotation there from Fnatic. Team Liquid going to try and strike back after Smithy goes down and earn a turret plate of their own.
So Whippo has Stand United. If this fight does erupt, you can see the flank coming out from Illasang with the quickness. He's in the right position. Looking for that quickness in to jump in. Rekkles trying to bring the blades back. Whippo now with the team. Nemesis down towards the bottom lane, pushing in the tower. Team Liquid unable to get more than a couple of plates.
Ooh, CoreJJ presses the ward there, so he's able to see Hilly inside the brush. Meanwhile, it's been a rotation to the bottom side for Nemesis, getting some turret plate money for Fnatic side.
Will soon fall.
Takes it while Doublelift is trying to clear out the minions there. Does cost him some health, but they've got all their members here.
Doublelift chasing on towards Hylissang, and he can't survive for long. Doublelift flashes across the wall. Fnatic licking their wounds as they start to retreat. Jensen on his way down. Team Liquid find the kill.
Woo! Very, very close margins in this one. Doublelift is able to use all summoners' spell shield to get out alive, and they get the kill onto Hylissang. All the while, Shen bottom lane again. So Impact is now level 11, 2 levels lead, and Reckless is gonna have to flash because he used his ultimate in escaping mid lane.
Super greedy path from Reckless, though. You know that Impact's up towards that top lane, pushing in the tower, and he just walks face plant straight into him. Team Liquid with good reactions to take this mid lane tower. They have a 2,500 gold lead.
One of our broader stories here for Team Liquid and for Impact specifically in the LCS has been his triumphant return after MSI. Greatly underestimated by a lot of the other top lane players coming in. Impact has really risen as the shining star for Team Liquid. He's been focused a lot more, taking over team fights for them later on in the game. And this time around, with all of the early money going to the Aatrox, you know, you may have to turn your camera away from the Reckless Doublelift matchup and watch out for that team fighting monster.
Team fights are Team Liquid's strength. So good at them. So I remember watching them in spring before MSI. So good at delaying the game and getting the position they want around a team fight. But Impact caught out here in the top lane. Pulled back with the root call of the World Ender. Won't keep you alive for too much longer.
Well,
Shut down from Whippo.
Keep the camera on him. Now down on the bottom side. Dan's gonna flash away from McSmithy. Fnatic, this time around, they do get the kill on Impact. They send everyone up there. Really nice focus from them. It's gonna be a trade of objectives afterwards.
There's a Cloud Drake there for Team Liquid down towards the bottom side. Will be tower for tower, but the Cloud goes over to Team Liquid. Shut down gold falling into Whippo's hands. It's quite nice for him. Now has the Titanic Hydra complete to try and get some more wave clear in those side lanes, which is basically his only job right now.
Yep, and Reckless continues to push up here. This is so much more money into the Xayah. Reckless, I think he got kill credit for that shutdown. So that's shutdown money on the Aatrox, plus turret money for the top turret, and the wave, plus the Gromp. Teleport though.
Jensen trying to get in here, has the flash, could look for the Shurima shuffle onto Hylissang. Reckless and Hylissang just
Dan's
backing
there.
away. Hylissang going in with the quickness, can't land it.
Oh!
Jensen jumps onto Reckless, the final spark doesn't land, but Reckless is chased out. Hylissang there as well. Jensen gets the double! 2-0 in a 1v2. Jensen takes it, and Fnatic walk away wounded.
Yep, on the other half of the screen, xMithy, another recipient of a 2v1, as Nemesis and Dan get the kill onto him. Jensen, though, those fancy feet, dodges away from Hylissang, flashes the Blade Caller from Reckless, and picks up those 2 kills.
Felt like Hylissang thought they had caught Jensen off guard, but Jensen was ready and waiting. Have another look at this.
Yeah, there are 2 separate traps here. This trap that Fnatic are setting for Jensen, which he's able to step outside, clean sweep away from the Rakan, flashes over Reckless. But on the bottom of your screen, you see xMithy there, gets destroyed in the 2v1 as Nemesis came up, and Dan was able to lock down xMithy, getting 1 back for Fnatic.
Now let's have a look at how our lanes are right now. 1,000 gold lead for Team Liquid. Top lane, you know, Impact's still pretty fed, but Whippo has 2 kills under his belt, has basically even CS, you know, 15 or so behind. Mid lane's pretty even as well, I'm sure, in terms of gold, because of those 3 kills sitting on the Azir. That makes up for the 40 CS discrepancy. And bot lane, Reckless is ahead. You know, he's already completed that Essence Reaver. He's got a Zeal for himself as well. Those extra kills, that extra funneling from Fnatic is paying off.
Now we got to keep our eyes once again as we transition to the mid game. What is each team trying to accomplish with their 5-on-5? Of course, the Hylissang and Whippo communication has to be on point, right? You're looking at the Rakan Shen engage. If that fails, of course, the Jarvan is another great delivery service. And that's going to be what Team Liquid have to keep in mind. Always ward your flanks. Watch out for either Jarvan or Rakan being the delivery tool for the Shen engage on your backline. They have Sivir speed boost to deal with it, and they have the Azir wall to try and disengage. And they need to utilize those tools effectively. Otherwise, Fnatic constantly looking for these types of brush plays that they're setting up.
Literally named after them. The Fnatic bush, looking for a catch, can't find it yet. Core JJ now gonna step up. Smart move from him. uses the Lucent Singularity to see that Fnatic are ready and waiting. And as the game slows down just a little, I do want to bring just our eyes back to Dan in the jungle. 2-1-2 on this Jarvan. Definitely played to a very specific win condition early on by ganking that bottom lane, but although it hasn't been as explosive as a Broxah performance, for his first ever international game, I think he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, definitely some sneaky moves early on, and both teams sending so many people down to the bottom side. We're gonna have a look at how this 1v1 will go. Impact gets a pretty good chunk onto Bwipo. If you can try and put pressure on the Shen, continually threaten, with your health bar like that, it can be very difficult for Shen to actually gain distance and ult away, because Aatrox has a pretty long range knockup with Q1 that you can even threaten, around turrets and stuff. Shen, of course, can answer back, try and taunt you under the turret, but that is the way that the split push battle is going to go between these two, and Bwipo has to worry about how far Impact does get in this game, because now it's the 2-item power spike with the Death Dance completed. I thought Xmithie and Nemesis might have a little exchange there, but they both agree to part ways.
Gentleman's agreement, you know? It's like when you're playing against a jungler who's worse than you saying, oh, it's fine, we'll go through our own jungles, we won't camp you at level 1, I won't steal away your entire jungle.
Fair enough.
That's what gentlemen do.
Sounds honorable.
Yeah, it does. Definitely does. But I'm really excited for the next 5 to 10 minutes of this game, I have to say, because both these teams known for their team fighting prowess, and we're starting to get towards those big objectives where teams team fight, looking for those mid towers, looking for that Baron as well. This is where they will clash heads in full 5v5s, I hope.
Yeah, and people may be looking at the Azir Sivir and like, oh my god, that is godlike scaling for Team Liquid. But Xayah and Corki also have very good damage scaling. Impact flank!
Hylissang with the quickness. Look at the damage coming out from Impact. Team Liquid, 5 members strong in the mid lane. Hylissang escapes with a sliver of HP, and Fnatic able to weather the storm. They're going for the 1-3-1, push in towards the top and bottom lane. Team Liquid just barreling down mid, looking for the fight.
Yeah, the tower should be their reward for chunking Hylissang out and forcing him back to Fountain. Even though you don't get the kill, you do get an objective off of a play like that. It was quite a good flank from Impact, grabbing that second knockup, and then CoreJJ with the snipe of the Lux laser down mid. Jensen is caught!
Bwipo going in, and Jensen shut down. Bwipo gets the kill, 400 gold into his back pocket. Nemesis looking for the flank position here, but Impact goes in a 1v4. Impact bashes away the Cataclysm, he dashes out of it. CoreJJ low down towards the bottom side of the fight. Impact chased up towards the top. Bwipo needs to get the damage out as Reckless is forcing them away. Impact's winning the 2v1, but the rest of the team is here now. Dodging around as much as he can, he lands the Darkin Blade, looking for the dash across the wall to try and get away, just delaying for his team, who have taken a Cloud Drake while all of this has happened. Impact falls in the end. Reckless pushes up mid, and Fnatic get their reward for the fight.
Oh my goodness! I didn't even see where Impact was flanking around from into the 1v4. We might hit the replay at that, but that is such a aggressive move. Fnatic are gonna immediately answer with the Baron, and Team Liquid, they're heading there now, but it's too late.
Jensen's TP about to come off cooldown. Team Liquid have to do what they can. It's on double if CoreJJ and Xmithie to stop this. Xmithie looking to go in. The final spark. The smite lands from Fnatic, and Xmithie pays for it with his life. Fnatic get the Baron, and they've turned this game. Jensen now coming in, though, looking for a bit of a fight, as CoreJJ is there as well. Dan, Reckless, and Bwipo in the pit. Dan low, Featherstorm comes out. Jensen forced away by Hylissang, but he uses the Emperor's Divide to knock them back. Hylissang still chasing in. Fnatic able to get out alive. Nemesis flashes forward for the kill, and Team Liquid can't find anything more. Fnatic get out, and they get the Baron.
I think that was another uncoordinated play from Team Liquid. They had double lift pushing mid, while CoreJJ and Jensen threatened at the Baron, and they lose another member. Here it is, the flash from Bwipo, catching Jensen and getting the first kill. Then let's look at this teleport from Impact. You cannot stop your teleport any longer once you've started it, so probably shouldn't have started it, but in any case, once he did, he had to commit, and that kind of baited them into that little fight. Team Liquid got the Dragon out of it, but Fnatic got the Baron.
Now 3,000 gold lead for Fnatic, turned on its head from just a couple of minutes ago. Team Liquid still have the team fights, though. We saw they were spread out, they were scattered in those last couple of plays. If they are in a full 5v5 with a good flank from Impact, they can wreck Fnatic. The question is, will they find it? Because Fnatic now can just look for a 1-3-1, can split up, can use that Shen and the Corki in side lanes.
Yeah, the Baron gonna do so much for the mid game for Fnatic here. Already 2.5k, and they've got towers to take. Another one down on the bottom side. Corki with package here can push effortlessly. can't really put any sort of threat on him to stop it.
So Impact actually pushes this wave all the way through mid to stop them from being able to get mid lane tower. Fnatic are bringing 5 players down towards the bottom lane, but Impact did a really good job of just cutting the minion wave away to stop Fnatic getting mid lane tower.
That does stop the 2 lanes of pressure, and Fnatic only get the bottom side, but I think they're happy with just getting the one plus 3.3K on the Baron power play so far, plus all of this vision in the bottom side jungle of Team Liquid. As you can see, they've established complete control over the possible split push for themselves. That allows threat on the Nexus turret right now. Nemesis is 2v1, chunking it down. Baron up. Oh!
Hylissang going in, looking for Jensen, knocked back with the shuffle, but Reckless flashes forward. Xmithie unable to help his mid laner, and Fnatic look now for the mid lane tower. The flank position from Xmithie's there, Nemesis down towards the bottom lane, tower will fall, Fnatic 12 kills to 8 up, 5,000 gold ahead, have accelerated this game. Now they're coming down towards the bottom lane, Impact dodges across the wall. And Fnatic continue to push in, 3 items on Reckless, 3 items on Nemesis, double it, lagging behind, the Cataclysm comes out, Fnatic look for the final fight, the final spark from Nemesis will catch him out, but here comes the rest of Team Liquid, Dan low, caught out, it's all on double, looking for the crits, Hylissang goes golden, Nemesis forced away, but double it's just gonna land one more shot to the heart of Fnatic. Hylissang falls, the inhibitor's still alive.
All right, are they going to chase him down? And Xmithie's looking for Reckless right now.
Flash in, but Reckless pulls back the feathers into the Feather Storm, manages to escape. Whippo there, seeing if he can dash across the wall. Team Liquid apprehensive, the blade caller, the taunt lands on double lip, and Reckless takes down his opposing man. Shut down for Fnatic, 6,000 gold lead. They could look for the inhib, but Jensen's back alive and they have to back away.
Fnatic gets so much off the bottom side. Going for the dive there. Dan starts it off. In the end, they do get the turret. They get a bunch of extra kills on the back of it. Let's take another look, because they are forcing into the 5v4 tower dive here. Dan goes in, has the stopwatch, is able to get right back out, and even though he gets rooted on the end, and Doubled is able to get the kill onto Hylissang here, poor JJ lands a nice binding. The over chase really cost Team Liquid in this moment. They think that they can get Reckless because he doesn't have summoners, but he still has the ultimate, and laying those feathers down is so big. He's looking for the collar the entire time. Whippo is on the ward over the extra side, so they know they can set it up. If you land that blade collar, then you're allowed to land the taunt, and that is going to be the kill.
Do have to feel it's a bit of an overchase though from Team Liquid. You see Whippo on the ward, you know he's there. You didn't have to look for that final kill on Reckless, who is now 7-1-6, 3,000 gold ahead of Double Lift, and almost completely built. Has a control ward that he'll want to switch out for something else, but with an Infinity Edge, an Essence Reaver, a Rapid Fire Cannon, and a Static Shiv, he is going to shred through Team Liquid.
All right. They're able to get their own red buff, but Fnatic, complete control of both sides of the jungle. Just look how many wards they left behind and lit up because they've been pushing Team Liquid under their base so long. Now they have to be very careful about moving out into this jungle, and Fnatic can really just close the loop. They've got a Shen, so it's a very easy default into split push here. Shen walks up the bottom side towards the exposed inhibitor. Nemesis in mid on the Corki can easily rotate over to the top turret. And Fnatic have 3 pushing lanes into some turret pressure.
And the question is for Team Liquid how you respond to this as well, because when we see split push, when we see 1-3-1s, especially when you're looking at it in draft, you say, okay, we need some hard engage. We need a way to force a fight when we have a numbers advantage. Team Liquid have it if they can find a flank from Impact or if Jensen can slide onto the backline, but apart from that, they're kind of just running at Fnatic as quickly as they can.
They really need to utilize flashes for the surprise plays, right? Impact does have his, but Xmithie not having his for the Rek'Sai makes it much more difficult. So Team Liquid might have to wait on that summoner spell from Xmithie to have that guaranteed knockup flashing in with the Rek'Sai. Otherwise, it's so difficult for a Rek'Sai to teamfight. Impact, meanwhile, is pretty much their lone hope. The level 16 Aatrox, Guardian Angel, plus Black Cleaver and Death's Dance. If he gets a good flank like you're talking about and is able to get into the backline with flashing for one of those knockups, that could be the hope for Team Liquid, still surviving in this game. All their inhibitors are up, but Baron is back out on the table, so you have to prioritize getting some vision around that objective.
It looks like he's looking for a very sneaky flank here, but he's been spotted out on Team Liquid vision. They know that he is waiting in this bush. He just cleared out a ward. Impact's going to face check it, and Hylissang will realize he can't really fight against an Aatrox as a Rakan. Would be pretty difficult for him. I do think this game has shown a lot more how close NA and EU can be. I think game one was a little bit of a demolition, but here we see, Team Liquid and Fnatic, the best two teams in their regions at the moment in terms of scorelines, both topping the tables of their respective leagues, actually fighting neck and neck through the majority of this. The TP's going to come in here already. Fnatic got the Baron. Team Liquid don't want to take the fight. Final Spark was just a little bit short from taking it, and now Fnatic with their second Baron of the game can once again split up the map.
Yeah, good attempt there at the steal, but you can see how much damage they're packing. We talked about earlier the Corki and Xayah scaling. Full crit builds for both means that they absolutely destroy this Baron. There's a Mountain Drake and Infernal Drake on top of it, so the damage output is just through the roof. And that's why I say that Team Liquid have to have flashes, because you don't have time to tank anything. This damage output is too big with the double crit marksman at the back line. You only get a couple of shots. So you have to flash in, you have to get the kill within that knock-up duration.
Feels like Team Liquid really only have one shot to get back into this game. They can't miss it. If they do, they will be the second NA team to fall by the wayside against Europe today. Of course, we have many more games to play. We have the relay best of 5 later in the week as well. Still a lot of time for NA to fight back. But for now, Fnatic on the offensive, Fnatic on the front foot, and Team Liquid trying to find that opportune moment to strike.
All right, Xmithie is waiting around for a aggressive move from Bwipo, but Bwipo's just going to back off, plays the Shen very well here, level 16, just has to push up the minions, wait for the rest of Fnatic with their Baron buffs to just buff up these cannon minions. You can see the damage done by the cannon minion there to the inhibitor turret without anybody from Fnatic having to step up and auto that turret, still getting a decent chunk off.
Just chipping away at it as much as possible. You've still got a minute and a half left on this Baron power play, so tons of time for Fnatic. Can go down towards this bottom lane. Bwipo looking to get in there, but Impact stops him in his tracks, and now 4 members stronger. Fnatic down towards his bottom side. Xmithie on his way from top. Rekkles pushing forward, but misses the blade caller. There's the final spark. Impact going in, looking for the fight. Rekkles is forced away. They just don't want to lose the inhibitor. Team Liquid holding on. Rekkles takes another chunk as Impact landing those Darking Blades incredibly effective.
Yeah, he's trying to get an opening here for Team Liquid, but without a mistake from Rekkles as far as the positioning goes, it's so difficult for Team Liquid to get in there, as we said, unless they're willing to have the double flash. Teleport back here means Fnatic are going to keep up the pressure. Rekkles just goes, heals, finishes up the build. Full build for Rekkles right now.
Incredibly strong spot. Hylissang jumping in onto Impact here, but the rest of Team Liquid are waiting. And here's the thing, there's only 50 minutes left on this Baron, and Inhibitor Tower hasn't fallen. Nemesis looking for top, as Jensen's forcing him away, but that tower will fall. The base broken open just a little bit more by Fnatic. Hylissang dodging around as much as he can. 3v4 in this bottom lane in favor of Team Liquid, but they can't pull the trigger, they can't find the engage, and the first inhibitor will fall. Nemesis takes it in the top lane. Bwipo pushing for that Inhibitor Tower in mid.
Yeah, really, really effective Baron push here for Fnatic. Now no inhibitor turrets remain. Mid inhibitor is soon to follow. Only bottom inhibitor here for Team Liquid is left. And Fnatic turn their eyes towards the prize.
Fnatic just waited for this composition to come well and truly online. The on the hunt pop there by Double Lift, but they can't find the engage. Impact forced away. Light Binding lands, but the final spark's going to do absolutely nothing. And Fnatic now walk away, all inhibitors felled, and just the Nexus left in their sights.
Fnatic looking like they will remain undefeated in summer for the time being. Really nice use of the Barons. That play mid-game when we had the flash from Bwipo on Jensen was the deal breaker. Team Liquid had the lead in the mid-game ever so slightly up until that play, and then the teleport coming through led to so much of a snowball here for Fnatic. Back-to-back Barons from them. They're able to push in. They've done most of the work, and now it's up to Team Liquid. Chance from the audience, looking for the last stand here. Defense at the Nexus turrets. Can they buy time?
Jensen might be caught out here. The crits connect. Hinasan gets the knock-up as well. Jensen caught in the Cataclysm, and Redemption will not save you for now, and that's one Avenger down as Fnatic look for the final push. Flash in from Grippo, straight onto the backline. Double lift is done. Reckless can just shred through them all. It's all on impact. Can he find a catch? No. Nothing available for him. Reckless is unstoppable. Impact falls, and Team Liquid will fall by the wayside. Fnatic remain undefeated, and so do Europe here at Rift Rivals.
What a fun one that was for the early game. Bottom lane play after bottom lane play. Everybody getting down there. Definitely a lot of interesting dodges, a lot of camping. And in the end, it's all about the mid lane play where they get the pick.
Yeah, and the TP coming in from Impact as well. Thought he could utilize that advantage he gained, but just wasn't able to find the perfect moment to strike. You know, maybe if Team Liquid had been a little bit more coordinated, maybe if communication had been slightly better, they would have been able to find it. But overall, good stuff from Fnatic. They waited for their comp to really get to the point they wanted, and then took the game away from Team Liquid with one decisive play, as you say.
Really able to utilize those bans effectively to pushing on the bottom side, destroying the entire base there.
Yeah. And Team Liquid on the other side, you know, it was a very strong early game performance from them, actually. In my opinion, they were able to get the lead in the lane they wanted to. They played around the Aatrox, they got Impact ahead, and then they just weren't quite able to translate that. And so I think coming out of this, you're probably not too dismayed if you're a Team Liquid fan.
Yeah, definitely still a lot of games to play here at Rift Rivals. Another sad B for North America, but it's still early in the tournament.
That's true.